Well, good Thursday afternoon. Thank you for joining us as we are continuing to try to target the violence here at NBC 15, helping our community, helping the youth in our community. My guest today, Derrick Turner with the Shriners here of Mobile. And I don't know the official chapter name of the Shriners, so you'll have to let me know that.
Sure, it's Palestine Temple number 18.
Okay, and you know what is so interesting? I was saying when I was kind of briefing people on Facebook about what we were talking about today, I didn't even know the Shriners had a mentor program because y'all are so known for the Children's Burn Hospital up in Ohio, I believe?
Yes, that's one of our affiliates as well, but the Palestine is part of the Prince Hall Shriners, and we really focus on diabetes. We try, because it is a black organization, we try to focus on issues that affect the black community.
I understand, because there's so many African Americans who suffer from diabetes. And we are seeing, too, in our African American community, a high rate of youth crime and violence. And tell us about the SAM program and how it works.
Well, SAM stands for Shriners as Mentors. And what we do is we try to reach out to the community and support programs that do mentoring programs. And we also try to catch as many youth as we possibly can if we just in the street, any type of random act of kindness that we can perform, just to let them know that there are strong men in the community that support them.
And that makes a difference. I mean, people don't realize just even stopping to say something to a kid, because we were brought up in a day and age where things were a little different. And of course, we got stopped by the neighbors, by strangers, if we knew we were doing something wrong, to where these kids they don't have that now.
Absolutely, and I grew up the same way. My dad was one of the strong men in our community, and even the roughest kid in our neighborhood was straightened up, when my dad walked out or when the other gentleman in the neighborhood walked out. So I guess that kind of rolled down to me, and I feel that I can play that kind of impact, even in tough times that we are today.
It makes a difference. Now, y'all, what age groups do you kind of target with the SAM program?
Well, the SAM program is designed really to reach kids anywhere from 13 to 18 because we want to catch them young and try and have as much impact for that development period as we possibly can.
So you work with them on several things. Talk about some of the things that you work with.
Well, especially conflict resolution, which is important right now, especially because of the violence that happens in the community. We want to teach them how to address when you have an issue. But we also talk to them about how to, seek a career, how to, make a change, make an impact, be leaders instead of following. And, though a combination of those things hopefully can help turn a kid a different direction.
And for those outside of the SAM program, y'all have also kind of teamed up with an elementary school to help the younger kids.
Yes,
tell us about
Forest
that.
Hill Elementary School is one of our projects that we work with, and those kids are a delight. And when they see us come in, I mean, they kind of straighten up and they kind of, pay attention because they know we're coming in. And at the end of the day, we have fun. We get to talk to them about issues. And what's even better is they talk to us. They open up and they want to share and they want to feel like somebody cares about them. So,
and that's what I was going to ask you then, because a lot of times people don't want to get involved with these kids nowadays. So they're saying that they get too much pushback, or these kids aren't going to listen. But are you finding that to be the case?
Yes and no. My philosophy is that you have to be fearless. You have to go in and show strength. If you go in strong, then they respect you strong. They respect that strength. But if you're intimidated and you're not sure about what you're doing, then of course, they'll take advantage of any weakness. So it has to be genuine. It has to come from the heart, and it has to have some structure, and those kind of things really kind of help negate those things that people say about it.
We're working with a smart group of kids, a smart generation, and they can pretty much read people. And you're right, they'll manipulate what they know they can manipulate.
Absolutely, that is fact.
So that's important. What are some things that you would say to these kids nowadays?
I guess my first thing is, when you're challenged with a situation, have a conversation before you act. Have a conversation with yourself, have a conversation with somebody you trust, and ask their opinion about how to handle that situation. Our first reaction sometimes is not our best reaction. My dad was a patient man. He said, wait first, catch your breath, and then address an issue. So, you know, that's what I pass along as well. I say, hey, listen, slow down. You don't have to be in a hurry to react.
Yes.
You know, and the definition of a man is not defined by his hands. You know, a definition of a man is defined about how he handles issues when addressed with them. So slow down, you know, think first, you know, and what can possibly happen to you if you make a bad decision.
And that's the problem, that we realize a lot of these kids aren't thinking that way.
Yes.
They're thinking about the now. They're not thinking about down the line, what's going to happen in the future. And unfortunately, it's not like it was back in the day where you talk about using your hands, do a little fist fight and knock it out. These kids are grabbing weapons, and they're ending lives and ruining their lives before they even get started.
And it's like, you know, taking a breath. You know, to me, to pull a gun is a very serious thing. And it has consequences that are life-changing. But for some, it's their first option. And, you know, that's scary. You know,
Because it's not going to make you a man.
No, it does not. That does not define manhood by no measure. And that's what we hope to educate young men on. This is not what you think is manhood is not manhood. You know, a man's strength is how he handles a situation, not how the situation handles him.
Yeah, that is so true. And that even comes with some of our girls. I tell people all the time,
Yes, ma'am.
teenage girls don't realize the strength that they have, because you know what? If they stop accepting certain behaviors from the teenage boys, it also change too, because they want the girls.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of them do. So that's what we need to also focus on then. And I know the Shriners, since you're a male organization, you don't. That comes into the Eastern Shore, I'm assuming. I mean, Eastern Star, from the girls' perspective.
Yeah, we have our sister branch is called the Daughters.
Okay, the Daughters.
So the Daughters. So yeah, they are out in the streets as well. They have a mirror program such that we have as well.
That's awesome. Now, for somebody who wants to get their kids involved, what do they need to do?
Well, you can reach out to me. I'm Derrick Turner, and you can call my telephone. I'm going to actually give my telephone number. I know. It's 251-753-4534. And you can call me and schedule for a mentor to come out, or schedule for a group to come out, and we'll support whatever program that people need us to help with.
So there's no excuse for parents who are saying they're having difficult times with their children, because there are resources out there,
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course, for like the SAM program, for you to reach out if you're having problems with your teenagers. Don't wait to have to call the police on your kids. I mean, call somebody else who can help and say, let me intervene, let me see if I can try to work with your child, because we don't want to see our kids thrown to jail.
We don't promise miracles, but we are certainly there to try to help.
All right, Derrick, thank you so much for coming out today.
It's
I
my
truly
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Again, we're going to have the information on the screen as we're going out about the SAM program, and we'll have Derrick's number on there. You can give them a call. There's also their website. We appreciate you joining us today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Derrick, for coming on out.
All right, my pleasure.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you week after next.